Very good morning to one and all of you. I greet you on behalf of the name that is above every other name, the name Jesus Christ. What a glorious Sunday morning. Amidst everything that is happening around us, we can still hold on to our faith. We can still be anchored in our faith and the hope in Jesus Christ. I want to draw your attention to scripture this morning and the book of Luke, chapter 24, and verse number 13 onwards records. Now the same day, two of them were going into a village called Emmaus, about 7 miles away from Jerusalem. I want to move down to verse number 15. As they talked and discussed these things with each other, Jesus himself came up and walked alongside them, but they were kept from recognizing him. He then asked them, "What are you discussing as you walk?" They stood still, their faces downcast. One of them, named Cleophas, answered, "Are you only visiting Jerusalem? Don't you know what's happening in this town for the past few days?" Well, the road to Emmaus, whilst these two walked on it, they discussed the events that had unfolded over the last few days. The crucifixion of Jesus, the subsequent resurrection of Jesus, Jesus appearing to Mary, appearing to his disciples, but they were still very concerned about the crucifixion. Their focus was on the death of Jesus Christ. Their focus was on the tomb where Jesus was placed. And as they walked along this Emmaus road, they were downcast, they were disappointed. They started to discuss all of these events and realized that they were at some loss. To me, this Emmaus road, and I call it an Emmaus experience, is an experience that so many people are going through right now. When we gather with family, we start to discuss the events over the last few months, over the last few weeks, and you cannot help but become downcast. You cannot help but become disappointed. You cannot help but become so worried and concerned about what's going to happen. We have COVID-19, the effects of it, the effects on family, the effects on lifestyle, the effect on economy. We're unsure about our jobs. We're unsure about the financial predicament that we'll be placed in. When we discuss all of these things, we become depressed. And to me, that is called an Emmaus experience. Well, whilst you're on your Emmaus experience right now, and whilst you have surrounded yourself with everything that has happened over the past few weeks, just like these two disciples, they were concerned about the crucifixion, they were concerned about the cross, they were concerned about the tomb. They had forgotten that the tomb was empty. They had forgotten that Jesus appeared to Mary. They had forgotten that Jesus appeared to the disciples. They were so focused in the tomb and the crucifixion on the cross that they did not realize that there is hope. Whilst you're on your Emmaus experience right now, whilst you are going through that Emmaus experience right now, whilst you are concerned about everything that's happening around you, whilst you think that your entire world is collapsed, whilst you are so uncertain about your job, your employment, whether you'd be paid at the end of the month, whilst you're so concerned about all these things, I want you to realize that as these disciples were on that Emmaus road, Jesus appeared to them right now in your circumstance, right now in your situation, right now whilst you are going through whatever you're going through. The presence of God is available. Jesus will come and stand by your side and see you through. There's hope in Jesus Christ. Even on that Emmaus road, Jesus appeared to those disciples. Through your Emmaus experience right now, Jesus will appear. Through your Emmaus experience right now, the power of God is available to come and turn situations around. Even through your Emmaus experience, Jesus will come by your side and he will let you know that in the midst of the storm, I am the calm. In the midst of all that is going around, I am still God. I am the God of the mountain. I'm still God in the valley. I am God in Jerusalem. I'm still God in Emmaus. In your Emmaus experience, Jesus is still the hope of the world. Sometimes we get so engrossed about the problem that we forget a solution lies ahead of us. We are so concerned about the chaos that we forget the peace is just a step ahead. Whilst these two disciples were so engrossed about the events of the day, Jesus was walking by their side. Jesus is your hope today. I perfectly understand what you are going through. I perfectly understand the anxiety. I perfectly understand those periods when you go through and you're depressed. I perfectly understand those lull moments. I perfectly understand the concern that you have about tomorrow. But I want to remind you, like the songwriter says, because He lives, I can face tomorrow. Because He's still God, I can face tomorrow. Because He's still on the throne, I can face tomorrow. So as you go through your Emmaus road, as you walk through your Emmaus experience, know this full well that Jesus is still on the throne. He is still God, and He is still your Father. In your Emmaus experience, forget the cross, forget the tomb, and focus on Jesus. Whilst everything around you may seem dark, whilst everything around you may seem bleak, whilst everything around you may seem gloomy, He is the light of the world. Jesus is the light at the end of the tunnel. Jesus is Jehovah Jireh. He is your provider. He is Jehovah Shalom. He is the God of your peace. On that day, these two disciples stopped and they did not recognize Jesus. Sometimes when we are so overwhelmed with everything that's going around us, we do not realize that Jesus has given us the authority to walk over those trials. Jesus has given you the authority to walk through those storms. He said, though you walk through the water, you will not drown. Though you walk through the fire, you will not burn. Though you walk through this circumstance, you will come out on the other side victorious. All you've got to do is anchor your hope in Jesus Christ. When everything else fails you, Jesus always prevails. When everything else comes down to nothing, Jesus will always be the lifter of your head. When everything else fails, Jesus will always be your success. So on this Sunday morning, I want to encourage you. For those of you that are walking on that Emmaus road right now, stop, be still, and know that Jesus is God. For those of you that are going through an Emmaus experience right now, forget the cross, forget the tomb, Jesus arose. For those of you that are going through an Emmaus experience right now, take your eyes off your problem. Jesus is the solution. Jesus is the answer for the world today. No matter what it is, Jesus is the answer. If you are sick in your body right now, He is Jehovah Rapha. He's the God that healeth thee. When you are concerned about everything else around you and the debt that is rising, He is Jehovah Jireh. He is your provider. When you're so overwhelmed with the storm that you are facing, He is Jehovah Shalom. He's the God of your peace. All you've got to do through this Emmaus experience, stop that. Turn your eyes to Jesus. Stop that and anchor your faith in Jesus. Let's talk with God. Father, I come to Thee today. I pray, Lord, for those that are viewing this video. I pray for those that are listening to the projection of my voice right now. I pray, Father, for those that are going through an Emmaus experience. Help them to realize and know that You are Jehovah Shalom. You are the God of their peace. No matter what they face, no matter what they're going through right now, You will see them through. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Thank you and God bless you.